Have you ever felt like you're fighting to be seen by someone who doesn't even notice? Have you tried every trick in the book to get their attention, and still, they keep scrolling? Well, what if I told you that the secret to making someone think about you nonstop isn't in chasing them down, but in mastering a few skills that will make them come to you? Sounds impossible? Well, think again. Today, my friend, we're talking about the 11 Stoic keys that will not only make you unforgettable, but they'll make people crave your presence, your insights, and your every word, whether you speak or stay silent. Sounds like a power move, right? Well, buckle up, because we're diving into exactly how you can master this and turn heads everywhere you go. But before we jump in, if you've ever struggled with getting someone to truly notice you, or if you've ever wondered how to stand out in a room full of people, then you know exactly how important this is. So go ahead, drop a comment below with "I'm taking charge," hit that like button, and share this video. Why? Because when you help others with your insights, the universe tends to help you in return. And don't worry, if you're still here, that means you're ready for change. Let's stop begging for attention and start making them beg to keep up with you. It's time to unleash the power within you. Ready? Let's go. Number 1. Cultivate unshakable self-worth. The truth is, if you don't see your value, how could anyone else? The first skill to mastering the art of making others think about you nonstop is cultivating unshakable self-worth. When you know your value, when you believe in yourself without needing anyone else's approval, people will feel it. Your aura of confidence becomes undeniable. You don't have to shout for attention. Your presence speaks louder than any words ever could. For example, think about walking into a room with your head held high, not worried about who's watching or what they think. You're not looking for validation, not trying to impress anyone, yet people are naturally drawn to you. The energy you give off says it all. I know who I am, and I don't need to prove it to anyone. This is the kind of magnetic presence that makes people turn their heads and wonder, who is that? Stoic insight. He who is not a good man cannot be a good friend. Epictetus. You see, the foundation of true confidence is rooted in who you are deep down. It's about developing the self-respect that keeps you grounded, no matter the external noise. You don't need the approval of others when you already have your own. Start with 10 minutes each day to meditate on your strengths and on the things that make you proud of yourself. Don't think about what's missing. Focus on what you've accomplished, what makes you who you are. Build the mental muscle of self-love. The more you reinforce your worth from the inside, the more it will radiate outward, attracting people who respect you for who you truly are. And remember, the greatest gift you can give to the world is your unapologetic, authentic self. People are drawn to that kind of confidence. Not arrogance, but the quiet certainty that you don't need their approval to know your worth. So, let's get to work on making that confidence magnetic. Number 2. Harness the power of silence. Silence, the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. People often think they need to be the loudest voice in the room to be heard. Wrong. The quieter you are, the more intriguing you become. Silence isn't passive, it's a declaration. When you hold your tongue in moments of chaos, your presence alone becomes a force of nature. Instead of getting dragged into petty arguments or conflicts, you stand tall, calm, and unbothered, allowing the weight of your silence to speak volumes. Picture this. You're in the middle of a heated discussion, and someone is frantically trying to prove a point. They're getting louder and louder, and you're just sitting there, calm and collected, not uttering a single word. With every word they shout, your silence becomes more deafening. It's not just the absence of sound. It's the presence of control, dignity, and strength. They begin to realize that you're not the one who needs to convince anyone. Your silence does all the talking, and they're left to wrestle with their own words. Stoic insight. Silence is a lesson in itself. Seneca. In a world where everyone is constantly speaking, Silence is the most profound teacher. It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about demonstrating that you're above it. You have control over your mind, and you don't need to engage with every bit of noise that comes your way. In silence, you exude power, not weakness. Next time you're in a situation where emotions are running high and everyone around you is talking over each other, practice silence. Don't react, just breathe. Let the space between the words speak louder than any rebuttal you could offer. When you do this, you're showing that you are above the noise, and nothing rattles you. It's not about avoiding confrontation. It's about choosing how to respond with poise and wisdom. Remember, true power doesn't need to shout. It just quietly dominates. Number 3. Be exceptionally present. True connection happens at the moment. In a world filled with distractions, being fully present is a rare and powerful gift you can give others. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen and heard, and who invest their undivided attention in the interaction. When you give someone your full presence, you become unforgettable, leaving a lasting impression without even trying. For example, imagine you're having a conversation with someone, and instead of checking your phone or letting your mind wander, you focus entirely on them. You put away any distractions. No more glancing at your watch or scrolling through your notifications, and you engage deeply. Your eye contact is steady, your responses are thoughtful, and you're not just hearing them, you're truly listening. That person will walk away feeling valued and understood, and you'll be etched in their memory for that alone. Stoic insight. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. Marcus Aurelius. Being present isn't just about focusing on others. It's about appreciating the moment you're in. Every interaction is an opportunity to give someone the gift of your presence, something that so many overlook in the busyness of modern life. By taking the time to truly engage, you honor the other person and the moment you share with them. In your next interaction, try this. Put away your phone, take a deep breath, and look the person in the eye. Listen actively, not just to respond, but to understand. Respond thoughtfully, showing that you are fully present. By making this a habit, you'll find that the people you engage with will not only remember you, but they'll feel a deeper connection with you that is hard to forget. Being present isn't just a skill, it's a gift, one that can transform your relationships and make every moment you share with others truly meaningful. Number 4. Lead with mystery, not transparency. The more you hide, the more people want to know. It's that simple. When you're an open book, people flip through your pages and move on to the next chapter. But when you leave them guessing, when you make them work for the answers, they'll find themselves coming back again and again, trying to unravel the mystery that is you. Picture this. You're at a party, and you're casually talking to someone. Instead of sharing every detail about your life, you keep things vague. You talk about your goals, but don't reveal exactly how you plan to achieve them. You offer just enough to keep them intrigued, but never enough to satisfy their curiosity. The more they try to dig, the less they can find. Before long, they'll be so caught up in figuring you out that they won't be able to stop thinking about you. Intrigue, my friends, is an irresistible force. Stoic insight. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. The unknown is where the magic happens. By leading people to imagine, and to create their conclusions about you, you keep their interest alive. When you reveal everything about yourself right away, you remove the mystery, and people's curiosity fades. Let them suffer from curiosity. It's a much more flattering affliction than disinterest. The next time someone asks you a personal question, resist the urge to spill the entire story. Give them just enough to pique their curiosity, then leave them wanting more. Whether it's about your plans, your past experiences, or even your hobbies, keep the details just a little out of reach. Watch as people become captivated by the mystery you've created. Mystery is your power. Number 5. Master the art of strategic withdrawal. Sometimes, less is more. In a world where everyone is constantly pushing, pulling, and chasing, learning the power of withdrawal is like having a secret weapon. Step back and watch how others come running after you. You're not disappearing. You're giving them space to realize what they've been missing. When you withhold your energy, attention, or time for just the right moment, you elevate your value and create desire. Let's say you're dealing with someone who constantly asks for your time, but never appreciates it. Instead of always giving in, simply withdraw for a bit. Maybe you stop responding to messages, or take a break from spending time with them. It's not a punishment. It's an invitation for them to realize your worth. When you do eventually return, the dynamic will shift. They'll respect your time more, appreciate your presence, and be more inclined to reciprocate. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, always. Stoic insight. Withdraw into yourself, but first prepare yourself to be the kind of person to whom you can safely return. Marcus Aurelius. This quote perfectly captures the essence of strategic withdrawal. It's about detaching with grace, not abandoning. By retreating, you not only allow others to appreciate you, but you also give yourself the space to grow and focus on your path. Next time you feel like someone is taking you for granted, take a moment to step back. Whether it's reducing your communication for a few days, or pulling back from a relationship temporarily, allow that absence to speak for you. Observe how the shift happens. Are they trying harder to engage? Do they reach out more? This tactic isn't about playing games. It's about recognizing your value, and not allowing others to diminish it. Absence is power, and when you use it wisely, you'll see just how much people start to chase you. Number 6. Focus on being indispensable. To truly stand out, you must become someone others can't afford to lose. By making yourself an essential part of their lives, you naturally position yourself as irreplaceable. This isn't about trying to be everywhere or everything for everyone. It's about adding such unique value that your presence becomes necessary. When you make a meaningful impact, others will start to depend on you without even realizing it. For example, think of a workplace mentor, someone whose advice and insights are so valuable that colleagues seek them out for guidance. Or imagine being the go-to person in your circle of friends, the one who always knows how to provide thoughtful support when it's needed. The more you offer your expertise or wisdom in ways that are valuable to others, the more indispensable you become. People will want to keep you close because you built a foundation of trust and respect. Stoic insight. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Seneca. This powerful insight reminds us that having a clear purpose and direction in life makes you unshakable. When you focus on being a steady, reliable force for those around you, they'll recognize you as an anchor in their lives, someone who brings them closer to their own goals. The more clearly you define your value, the more others will naturally seek your presence. Identify one area where you can be truly indispensable, whether it's at work, in your family, or among friends, and take actionable steps to offer help and support. This might mean sharing your expertise, being a mentor, or simply showing up when others need you most. Don't just be present, be the person they rely on. When you focus on adding value, you become the person others can't afford to lose. Number 7. Leverage timing to your advantage. Timing isn't just important, it's everything. In life, knowing when to speak, act, or withdraw can be the difference between blending in and making an unforgettable impression. When you master timing, your presence becomes commanding, your words more impactful, and your actions undeniably influential. The right moment, when seized with precision, turns even the simplest interaction into something powerful. Mastering this art doesn't just give you the edge, it gives you control. Imagine being in a meeting where a dozen voices are speaking at once. Everyone is trying to make their point, but the energy is chaotic. Now picture this, you wait. You don't rush in. When everyone is worn out and the room quiets down, you deliver your message, concisely and with confidence. Suddenly, all eyes are on you, and your words ring with authority. This is timing, waiting for the perfect moment when your voice resonates the most. Stoic insight. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Marcus Aurelius. This profound wisdom teaches us that life isn't a graceful ballet. It's a strategic battle. And in a battle, it's not just about fighting hard. It's about fighting smart. Knowing when to act and when to wait is the true mark of wisdom. Pay attention to the energy around you. In conversations, meetings, or even social situations, observe when the flow of dialogue shifts. Is everyone speaking over each other? Wait until the noise dies down. Is someone looking for advice? Step in at the perfect moment, and your words will have a much stronger impact. Timing isn't just about being quick. It's about being deliberate, poised, and calculated. Leverage this, and your presence will leave a lasting impression. Number 8. Be relentlessly authentic. Let's be real for a second. Nobody's looking for the next people pleaser of the year. People are looking for the person who stands out, unapologetically themselves. Authenticity is magnetic. When you're honest about who you are, you stop wasting energy on pretending, and instead, you start attracting others who appreciate the real deal. It's not about fitting into a mold. It's about breaking the mold and becoming someone that others can't help but notice and admire. You know, that friend who never tries to act like someone else. The one who marches to the beat of their drum, whether it's wearing an outlandish outfit or speaking their mind without hesitation. Yeah, they're the ones everyone gravitates toward. The more they embrace their quirks, the more people are drawn to their energy. Meanwhile, that person who spends all their time trying to fit in, well, they just blend into the background. It's simple. Authenticity attracts, and conformity, well, it's just boring. Stoic insight. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Epictetus. Instead of giving a lengthy explanation about why you're doing things the right way, just be it. Show people the real you. They'll respect you more for it than any carefully crafted facade. Next time you're in a situation where you feel the urge to blend in, just stop. Let your true self shine. Whether you're at work, a party, or even on a first date, don't second guess what makes you unique. If you want to wear that quirky sweater, wear it. If you want to speak up with an unconventional idea, do it. The world is craving authenticity. Don't be afraid to give it to them. Number 9. Be ruthlessly efficient in your actions. Efficiency isn't about rushing. It's about being deliberate, purposeful, and mindful in your actions. When you approach tasks with focus and precision, you signal to the world that you are someone who gets things done, without hesitation, without drama. When you cut out unnecessary steps and streamline your efforts, people take notice. Efficiency breeds admiration because it shows that you respect time, not just your own, but everyone else's. Imagine you're at work, juggling multiple projects. Instead of procrastinating or spending too much time on the small stuff, you tackle each task head-on, with clear intent. Maybe you're the one who always meets deadlines, takes initiative in meetings, or consistently delivers quality work without overthinking every detail. It's not about being perfect. It's about being effective. People see you as a go-to person, the one who makes things happen, and they start to value your time and presence in a way that gets you ahead. Stoic insight. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Don't get lost in planning, talking, or debating. Just act. Become the embodiment of efficiency, and others will recognize you as someone who simply gets the job done. When you start your day, plan your tasks in order of priority. Focus on completing one thing at a time with full attention, cutting out distractions along the way. At the end of each day, take a moment to assess what you've accomplished and be proud of how efficiently you've moved through the day's challenges. By focusing on action over overthinking, you'll build a reputation for getting things done. And that's an energy that can't be ignored. Number 10. Cultivate emotional detachment. Emotional detachment. The secret sauce that keeps you from turning into a human storm every time someone bumps into your ego. Let's be real. When you let your emotions control your reactions, you give away your power. But when you master emotional detachment, you become an unshakable force, unaffected by the petty stuff that typically drives others wild. No more overreactions. No more drama. You respond with the calmness of a seasoned monk, while the world around you loses its mind. Picture this. Someone takes a shot at your work in front of the whole team. Now, the old you might have flared up, firing back with all sorts of emotional grenades. But the stoic in you? You simply nod, maybe offer a polite response, and let the heat of the moment dissipate. The best part? People will notice your composure, and will respect you more than the hothead shouting their feelings at everyone. You've just leveled up in emotional intelligence without even breaking a sweat. Stoic insight. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Epictetus. So let's cut the nonsense. You control how you respond. No one can make you feel anything without your permission. And that, my friends, is the most liberating power you can possess. Next time someone tries to poke at your calm, take a moment. Feel the urge to react? Step back. Pause. Observe your feelings, and then respond with the zen of a stoic sage. It doesn't matter if they're trying to rile you up. Your peace of mind isn't for sale. And trust me, nothing's more irritating than someone who stays cool when you're desperately trying to get under their skin. Number 11. Embrace life's uncertainty with open arms. Life's unpredictability, always throwing curveballs when you least expect it. But guess what? That's where your true power lies. If you can master the art of embracing uncertainty, you've unlocked the secret to thriving in chaos. Life will never be smooth sailing, but the Stoic mindset teaches us that it's the rough waters where you become stronger, more resilient, and more adaptable. So why not welcome the storm instead of running from it? Let's say you planned your weekend to relax, only to get a last-minute call about a work emergency. Instead of letting frustration take over, take a deep breath. See this as an opportunity to demonstrate your ability to manage pressure and adjust quickly. Maybe your boss will be impressed by your calm under fire. Or when a friend cancels plans at the last minute, rather than sulking, you use the unexpected free time to focus on your hobbies or work on self-improvement. Either way, you've transformed the uncertainty into something productive. Stoic insight. Observe constantly that all things take place by change. Marcus Aurelius. Embrace change, my friend. Life doesn't stop throwing challenges your way, but you have the power to pivot with grace, rather than resisting the flow. The next time life hands you an unexpected twist, whether it's a change in your plans, a setback at work, or an interruption in your routine, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and assess the situation. Don't react impulsively. Ask yourself, how can I adapt to this? You might just find that the very thing you once feared can become the most empowering experience of your day. Stay flexible, stay calm, and use the chaos as your stepping stone to greatness. Number 12. Practice non-attachment to outcomes. We often get so caught up in the result that we forget the true power lies in the journey itself. The more we fixate on outcomes, the more we hand over control of our lives to things outside our grasp. But when you focus on the process and detach from expectations, you take back the reins of your destiny. Life is about progress, not perfection. Imagine you've been working hard to land a job, but instead of obsessing over whether you'll get the offer, focus on how well you prepared for the interview and how much you've learned throughout the process. Even if you don't get the job, you still gained valuable experience and built confidence in your abilities. The outcome doesn't define you, your efforts do. Or, maybe you've been working towards a personal goal, say, getting healthier. But instead of focusing on how fast the results come, celebrate each small win along the way, whether it's sticking to your workout plan or making healthier choices every day. Stoic insight. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. The less you cling to outcomes, the more peaceful and content you become. By letting go of rigid expectations, you create space for freedom and growth. The next time you find yourself obsessing over an outcome, whether it's a promotion, a relationship, or a personal goal, remind yourself that the journey is just as valuable as the destination. Focus on the effort, the learning, and the growth, rather than solely on the result. When you let go of attachment to outcomes, you'll find that life becomes more fulfilling and less stressful. Number 13. Be relentless in your pursuit of wisdom. Wisdom is the ultimate source of power. Knowledge shapes your decisions, your actions, and your character. The more you grow in wisdom, the more others will naturally respect your judgment and seek your guidance. Being relentless in your pursuit of knowledge means always striving to understand the world more deeply, and applying that understanding to live a better life. For example, think about the people in your life who seem to have it all together, the ones others seek out for advice and guidance. Chances are, their wisdom didn't come overnight. They made it a point to constantly learn, whether by reading, listening, or observing. Maybe you've seen someone at work who continually impresses with their insightful approach to problems, or a mentor who always has the perfect piece of advice because they've invested time in learning. That person didn't stop at what they knew. They kept going. That's the kind of power you cultivate when you make wisdom your constant companion. Stoic insight. To be wise is to be able to live a virtuous life. Seneca. Wisdom isn't just about knowing a lot. It's about using the knowledge to lead a life of virtue and integrity. The more wisdom you accumulate, the more aligned your life becomes with the Stoic principles of self-control, virtue, and living in harmony with nature. Make learning a daily habit. Dedicate 20 to 30 minutes a day to reading, listening to insightful podcasts, or reflecting on new ideas. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Small, consistent efforts add up over time. As you gain wisdom, you'll not only improve your life, but you'll become someone others turn to for insight, advice, and guidance. Keep pushing yourself to grow, and watch as others begin to recognize and respect your newfound depth of understanding. Number 14. Build meaningful connections through service. You don't need to be the loudest or the flashiest person in the room to form meaningful connections. Sometimes, the best way to build strong relationships is simply by showing up, offering help, and making someone's life a little bit better. No strings attached. When you serve others selflessly, you create bonds that are authentic and lasting. Example. Picture this. You're at work, and a colleague is struggling with a project. Instead of just standing by and waiting for them to ask for help because, hey, we all love to avoid extra work, right? You step in and offer your assistance. No strings attached. You're not expecting a reward, not trying to get on their good side. You're just being helpful because you can. Guess what? Not only will that colleague remember your kindness, but they'll also trust you more in the future. You've just made a meaningful connection. And this doesn't just apply at work, it works in relationships too. Help your partner, friend, or family member without keeping score, and watch the respect and affection grow. Stoic insight. To love only what happens, what was destined. No greater harmony. Marcus Aurelius. Stoics know that true value comes not from what we get, but from what we give. In every interaction, seek to serve and uplift others, and you'll find that the connections you create are far stronger than any that come from self-interest or manipulation. Look for little ways you can serve others every day. Whether it's helping someone with a task, offering a listening ear, or giving advice when asked, do it with no expectation of return. Watch as these small acts of service build relationships that are rooted in genuine respect and appreciation. As you continue to give, you'll find that others are drawn to your selflessness, and your connections will deepen naturally. It's a simple, powerful way to outsmart everyone else in the game of building authentic relationships. Conclusion: be unforgettable, be stoic. You've unlocked the power of 14 stoic keys that, once mastered, will not only help you outsmart those around you, but they'll elevate you to a place where people can't help but think about you. You'll no longer need to chase attention or fight for validation, because when you live with purpose, discipline, and authentic self-respect, that power naturally draws others in. The more you embody these principles, the more magnetic and unforgettable you become. Final Stoic insight: the best revenge is to be unlike your enemy. Marcus Aurelius. True power isn't in defeating others, it's in being the best version of yourself. By embodying Stoic wisdom, you rise above the noise, becoming a person who doesn't just follow the crowd, but leads with clarity and strength. Your worth is never dependent on anyone else's validation. You already possess the tools to shape your reality. Which of these 14 Stoic keys resonated most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing insights. Let's continue this journey of self-mastery together. Now, go out there, take action, and let your unstoppable, stoic power shine through.